Welcome to another Pony Express broadcast by Mark Dillon Jr. Let us start this show by bowing our heads for a quick prayer. Thank you, Lord, for another day of doing what we love. For this gathering of sim racers, and for the chance to pretend to be real race car drivers. We ask that you watch over these sim racers and their families as they gather together to enjoy the hobby of sim racing. May their spouses and children enjoy dinner, bath times, Netflix, and bedtime stories without them. May their calibration stay true, their racing rigs hold together, and their connections stay strong. May they treat each other with respect, avoid bogus black flags, and nail some green flag pit stops. May they return every night to see their friends and teammates, to click drive one more time, and to partake in the camaraderie that comes with being a part of the sim racing community. Father, we also ask that you guide and protect our veterans and their families as they make sacrifices so that we are able to spend a few hours in front of our computers trying to be like the king or the intimidator. And lastly, may we all have fun, win or lose, in your name. Amen. Now please rise and remove your hats as we join a fellow sim racer for his version of the Star Spangled Banner on guitar.
your car.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Pony Express Broadcast Network coming to you live once again. Tonight we're back in familiar territory. Bomb Squad Racing, their Thursday Night Cup Series, brought to you by DrunkenCowJerky.com. It's that time of the year. It's February. NASCAR is kicking off, and here we are for their Cup opener, the Drunken Cow Jerky Daytona 250 tonight. We obviously, big shout out to Drunken Cow Jerky for sponsoring Bomb Squad Racing and all of their series. We also want to give a shout out to the Medicine Chest up in Minnesota, White Bear Lake, Minnesota. The Medicine Chest. They actually put up the funds to put on this broadcast tonight, and we see the Bomb Squad drivers are out there in qualifying right now. Like I said, we're at Daytona. Obviously, it's February. Where else would we be? Looks like we have a pretty large field tonight. We're going to have about 20-25 drivers starting this race. There's a lot of talent here at Bomb Squad Racing. We want to give a shout out to Milt Minter Jr. for doing tonight's invocation, as well as BSR Axel Foley. You'll see him in the race tonight. That was actually him on guitar doing the national anthem, Star Spangled Banner. Awesome job by him. It is truly. I didn't believe it was him when I first heard it. He did such a good job. Like we said, shout out to Drunken Cow Jerky, Mark Heyman down there in Texas. We'll give a shout out to Joe Simpson, and we know he was tuning in for a little bit. As always, we want to thank all of the veterans out there for making the sacrifices that they do to allow us to do what we're doing here in front of our computers. Tonight we are going to be running 100 laps at Daytona, so 250 miles as advertised. And there you go, qualifying is complete. Looking at the top of the board, BSR DJ Champ is going to take the first pole of the year here at Daytona, followed by Chevy Chase, Texan, Steven, and Momo rounding out the top five. The rest of the guys, you can obviously see them, and so I'm not going to read them off to you. It looks like it will be, obviously I'm not racing, so it'll be a 27 car field tonight. And so now we have 4.5 minutes to happy hour. And so what do we like to do during happy hour? We like to bug these drivers, and who else would we bug for the season opener than the spokesman of Bomb Squad Racing? Well, let's pull BSR Pockets into here. Hey, Pockets, join us in the booth here real quick for happy hour. We got 4 minutes of happy hour. Obviously, you're the head spokesman of Bomb Squad Racing. So tell us,
Unfortunately.
tell the viewers what we're in store for.
Well, what we got tonight is race number 1 of the Thursday night DrunkenCowJerky.com Thursday Night Cup Series, sponsored by Drunken Cow Jerky. Y'all visit DrunkenCowJerky.com for the finest craft-made whiskey and beer-soaked beef jerky on the planet. This is race number 1 of a 36-race schedule where we follow every race on the NASCAR Monster Energy Cup, now new this year's schedule. And this is the first race. And we're looking for get the 2017 season kicked off. Got a long schedule, got a long year ahead of us, and we're very happy to have the fine folks at Pony Express Broadcasting Network joining us for the kickoff of the 2017 season here at Bomb Squad Racing.
Now, Parkus, let me ask you this. You're definitely going to have a very easy pit road entry, as we see you're going to be starting dead last. But, and I see you're starting back there with your protege. What can you tell me about BSR Tyler? I hear he just got his first win.
BSR Tyler did just get his first win. BSR Tyler is fairly new to Bomb Squad Racing. I found Tyler out in the so-called sim racing community, and I took notice of him. I noticed right off the bat that he was a good, clean driver, good, respectful driver. He was just racing in some places that didn't match the level of quality driver that I thought he was. So I grabbed him by the shirt collar and brought him and took him out of the average Joes and brought him to the pros. And just the other night, he got his first win over to our good friend ECT's. And proud to have Tyler with us. Good guy and a good racer. And that's exactly what we look for here at Bomb Squad Racing.
Now, Mark Heyman is he's currently watching the stream. I don't think he's going to be with us all night, but right now he is watching. And he wanted to tell you hello.
Yep, the Heyman brothers, Mark and Richard Heyman, right down there in Dallas, Texas, the owner-operators of Drunken Cow Jerky. We could not ask for a finer sponsor or two finer fellows to support our racing league here. Want to encourage everybody, if you want the best whiskey and beer-soaked beef jerky on the planet, check those guys out. Go to DrunkenCowJerky.com. And for all the sim racers out there, these guys, Mark and Richard Heyman down in Dallas, they support sim racing. So support a company that supports the hobby that you love, and you'll be glad that you did. And I want to give a special shout out to those guys and tell them thanks for watching.
And one other thing is we have 1 minute left. What do you want to tell me about Rusty in the medicine chest?
RJ, Rusty, and the fine folks at the Medicine Chest up there in White Bear Lake, Minnesota have been kind enough to, they've kind of underwritten our 2017 season here at Bomb Squad Racing with a fabulous donation, and they have allowed us to do a lot of good things this year. You know, they are the official sponsor of the Polar Bear 500 that was broadcast right here on Pony Express Broadcast Network, and they do a lot of good things for us here, and we want to give RJ, Rusty, and everyone up there in White Bear Lake, Minnesota a special shout out. They are part of the reason why you are going to see a plethora of TV races on Pony Express Broadcasting Network here in the 2017 season.
Absolutely. I think we're looking at like 13, 14 shows, right?
Yes, sir. And we've got a couple other people that have pitched in and want to help out and do some broadcast racing, and we'll be talking about those guys throughout the season, and we'll have some special things coming up. I'll tell you, we're excited about this season because we're poised to have one of the best seasons we've ever had. We have more prizes, more sponsors, more people. This is what it's all about. This is a season that starts today and ends in late November, and it takes a special kind of dedicated sim racer to even approach this series. We try to set it up and give people an opportunity to miss races but still remain competitive. But this is the hardest sim racing championship there is to win right here. Some people are brave enough to come in here and give it a try. Some people watch from the bleachers.
All right, well, we see happy hour is over. Obviously, we checked out your car, and as well as the Otis the Drunken Cow car driven by BSR Scar. If you don't know BSR Scar, he does all the graphic work for Drunken Cow Jerky. WLS graphics. But we'll let you get up there and get this race going, and good luck, and maybe we'll see you in the post-race interviews.
All right, thanks a lot, Mark. I'll see you.
So there you have it. Happy hour's over. We're going to get this race fired up.
Drivers, to your cars.
Drivers are being summoned to their cars. Everybody's climbing into them on pit road. They'll shortly get the command to start their engine. And we're going to have more on Drunken Cow Jerky later in the show. We've got a cool commercial for them done by Scar and BSR Beezer, and you'll get to see all the flavors that they offer. And so we're definitely going to give you some more Drunken Cow Jerky information as this show goes on.
Drivers, start your engines!
And here we go. Cars begin to roll off of pit road. A lot of good looking paint jobs tonight. Several Drunken Cow Jerky themed paint jobs, representing a few of their different flavors. You know, there's the medicine chest up there in White Bear Lake, Minnesota. There's his car, BSR RJ Rusty. Like we said, there's Scar. We've got Randy Claflin in a Drunken Cow Jerky Ford Fusion. And then we got Larry Yeager Jr. rocking the Teriyaki tonight. We've got the original driven by BSR Texan. And up here on the outside front row, we've got BSR Chevy Chase and the Ghost. The only, I believe there's a beer bacon car in the field. We'll have to look for that tonight. Beer bacon is my favorite flavor. You know, perhaps I'm a little biased, but here we go. Pace car pulls off, heads down pit road. It's NASCAR time. We're going to take the first green flag of the Thursday Night Cup Series. And they are off. DJ Champ with a pretty good start there in that Richard Petty themed car on the low line. It's obviously got Killa there pushing. Now Killa jumps to the high side, gets in front of Chevy. That's going to put Momo behind DJ there on the low line. We see the 41 of ECT Spoiler joining us tonight. Slight pause there, but everything is good now, and it looks like DJ will lead that lap. So far everybody just staying too wide. Obviously this is 100 laps, 250 miles. We got a long ways to go, a lot of racing tonight. These guys are going to make several pit stops. There's just so much strategy involved in a race of this magnitude. now we see that things are starting to separate a little bit. We got a 14 car pack, and then you can see that there's some straggler handful of cars who are trying to play it safe early on and just hang back. DJ Champ still leading. That high line hasn't quite formed up enough to where they can get past this low line yet. Still side by side, 2 wide, 7 rows deep. Looking back a little further, you see Pockets and his protege Tyler working together, but hanging out in the back. Back up front, no change. DJ Champ still your race leader. Killa on the outside. No, now Killa getting a good push from Chevy. Will it be enough for Killa to finally lead a lap? And no, it looks like DJ is going to pull back ahead on that low line. Oh, and we've got cars spinning. The leaders cross the line.
Drivers, to your cars.
And that could not have been any closer. Let me explain to you what's going on here. The Bomb Squad Racing, these guys do a 5-lap restart policy one time. That, as you saw, the leaders were 100 yards away from crossing the line to complete the 5th lap when that caution came out, and so that was less than 5 laps. They are going to restart this race, and it's a one-time deal though, so don't get discouraged that happened and that we're restarting. It won't happen. They may wreck again within these first 5 laps, but
Drivers, start your engines. Again.
So here we go. Drivers are in their cars. They're rolling off of pit road again, and we will have another restart, and we'll see. Now that DJ Champ knows what Killa's intentions are, we'll see if anything's different in the first 5 laps of this start versus the first go around. A couple more shout outs we got to give tonight. Race LM servers, Brian, the owner over there, great servers, great support. It's in my experience, I have enjoyed Race LM servers the most, and so we're Pony Express Broadcast Network. We are proud to be the official broadcaster of Race LM servers. And it looks like ECT, Greg Trogdon actually had to take off. I think he has a race somewhere else that he had to go join. So I think that's going to cut this field down to a 26 car field. You know, looking back, I saw a beer bacon car during practice. I'm not sure who that was, but apparently we lost them. And here we go, green flag. DJ with another great jump. This time though, Chevy has a good jump on the outside. Will Killa be able to get up there and get in front of him? And there he goes. And DJ Champ also goes to the high side with the block. We're on the backstretch of lap 1, and DJ Champ says, not this time, guys. So that's going to leave Momo in charge of the low lines. Let's see if he can get those guys going and get up there and lead. Because the low line was winning the battle the first time around. Not sure if DJ Champ thinks he can do a better lead in the high line, but DJ Champ will lead the first lap of this Drunken Cow Jerky Daytona 250. And it looks like, yes, 25 cars. We do, it's a 25 car field now. DJ still leading that high line. Momo not able to have the success on the low line. Of course, they only have 4 cars down there. Everybody else is, man, it looks like everybody wants to be on that high line. And so you see Momo jump up there. He doesn't want to get left behind. Definitely a much different approach than we saw in the first go around. The first go around we were 2 wide, 7 rows deep. Now you're looking at the field there. We've got about 5 cars. Well, now 4 cars on the low line, as we are now running single file for almost the entire field on the high line. It'll be interesting to see here how long Texan is willing to push DJ before him and maybe some others attempt to move to the low line and try to get their own bonus points. This is the first race of the season. It's going to be a long season. Follows the schedule. It's going to be a full 36 races, but every point counts. And there we go. It looks like Pockets way back there in the rear is the only car not in line. Single file, high line, all the way around this track. And now even Pockets is in line. So we could either watch a 25 car. Oh, now here we go. Couple cars looking low. Looks like that's the 87 BSR J-Doc. He's got Aussie Bill with him. Not gonna make too much momentum with just 2 cars. We're gonna go ahead and roll the Drunken Cow Jerky commercial for you guys as we wait and see what these guys are gonna do on the track. So here you go. Here's a word from Drunken Cow Jerky, thanks to BSR Scar and BSR Beezer.
Made with the freshest ingredients from local growers, it's Heyman's Drunken Cow Jerky, delivering 5 flavors of whiskey-soaked steak jerky made in the heart of Dallas, Texas. Choose from original, which is with a dusting of coarse black pepper, or hot, for that Mexican food hot flavor. Teriyaki, an original twist with a hint of sweet. And for those who have an adventuresome palate, try Ghost Pepper. Made with the Indian Bhujulakia pepper, this is the hottest Drunken Cow Jerky available. Can't forget about beer bacon, where we hold the whiskey and soak it in Shiner Bock beer and add fresh cooked crumbled bacon. Go to drunkencowjerky.com and place your order today.
And so there you go. Like I said, we were going to get you some more information on Drunken Cow Jerky, and there are the flavors that they have to offer. They also offer treats for your dogs as well. You can go on drunkencowjerky.com, order you some wolf bites, all natural, good dog treats for your men's best friend. Still single file throughout the field as we're closing in on 10 laps in on this race, so that's nearly a half of fuel run. The field is still all running single file, and now here we go. Here comes the 56, looking low. Some help from Larry Yeager. A couple cars getting down in there. Momo dropping down now. So there you have it. Lap number 9 was apparently the deciding factor. There's now more cars on the low line than there are on the high line, and they move back up. So now Larry Yeager Jr. down there by himself. It seems like these guys, it's going to take some work for these guys to get down there on the low line and get linked up tight and build up the momentum to move to the front. And at this point, it doesn't look like enough people are willing to put in the time and effort on the low line to make it work. We do see the 096 Chevy looking outside a little bit. He might just be trying to get some nose on the grill there. Perhaps a little bit too much tape to start this race. And here we go. We see 5 cars attempting the low line once again. The 56 of SS Joba leading the way. Rick Craddock right behind him. As well as looks like the 2 car. That's a BSR SR5. Yeah, it looks like a Superman paint job on there. And now Momo jumps down there, takes the lead. And here comes Chevy. I was wondering if he was trying to get air on the nose or if he was just getting bored driving around single file. So here comes BSR Chevy chasing that Ghost Drunken Cow Jerky Chevrolet. And he's right there. They've got to run. Low line trying to close in on BSR DJ. Big run on the low side. The 032 of BSR Barry now on the low line. And Chevy easily leads that lap. And I tell you what, as we close in on what would be our first round of green flag pit stops, now you see there's only a handful of cars on the high line. As we close in on the lap 20 approximation of this race, you're going to want to be on the low line to be able to hit pit road. So These guys are definitely getting mentally prepared, as well as their location on the track. And now DJ in the high line comes right back and leads that lap. And it looks like we've got a car. Got a car off the pace. The 29 of ECT Randy is 14 seconds back. He's not going to be able to catch the draft, obviously, so we'll keep an eye on Randy and see if he's able to get a caution before he goes a lap down, or perhaps a lucky dog later in the race. Not sure what happened to him. Probably just somehow lost the draft, and now the Highline is just dominating once again. We see DJ Champ easily leading that lap. And now I have to wonder if Chevy and Momo aren't looking for a spot to get back in that high line as they continue to fade back on that low line. Larry Yeager Jr. now up into P6 in that Drunken Cow Jerky Teriyaki car. DJ Champ, still your race leader. The high line has absolutely demolished the low line now, as we see Chevy and Momo do move back up into that high line. It's been weird. It's been a total change of events. Perhaps it's DJ being at the helm of the high line in the first 5 laps. You know, we saw DJ lead the first 5 laps leading the low line, and now since he's taken over the high line point, nobody can get past the high line. So perhaps DJ is the person you want to follow tonight if you're going to follow somebody. Oh no, we've got a car in the wall, and we've got a wreck. We're not going to have to go back and look at this one because we can see it unfolding live. Lots of cars caught up in that one.
Caution out. Caution out.
The 8, the 2, the 87, the 103, the 56, the 65. Not really sure. We saw the 8 just shoot to the left there. Perhaps a bump draft gone wrong, and that's going to be a tough break for a handful of drivers as we are just closing in on the first round of green flag pit stops. So it looks like these guys are actually going to make their first trip down pit road tonight under caution. Since we were actually on that caution when it happened, we're not going to roll back the film and look at it again. Instead, we'll stay right here with the action and watch some pit road strategy here. Well, let's see if everybody takes 4 tires, or what kind of strategy comes into play. So we'll ride along with DJ as he heads down pit road. He's going to come in first. He's got the number 1 pit stall. Let's see if he comes out first or if somebody else can beat him off of pit road. And there we go, fuel only for DJ. It looks like fuel only for most of the field, at least all of the leaders anyways. Now we see Pockets and Tyler up towards the front of the field. Not sure if they stayed out hoping to get a bonus point lead in the lap, or obviously, you know, we're on lap 19. Everybody's going to have to come down pit road and get some fuel. So while we wait under this caution, we're going to go ahead and get you a word from the medicine chest up in White Bear Lake, Minnesota.
For over 80 years, Medicine Chest Pharmacy and Camera has been the longest operating independent pharmacy in White Bear Lake, Minnesota. It offers a full-service pharmacy, gift shop, and camera store. Medicine Chest is known for its customer service and priding itself on the careful delivery and explanation of prescription drugs to its customers. Located inside is Sun Color Photo, a professional photo processing center offering digital prints, photo enlargements, photo restoration, video and DVD transfer, and much more. Also located inside is the Polar Bear Store, White Bear Lake's only source for concrete polar bears. The Polar Bear Store has concrete polar bear statues from 6 pounds to over 600 pounds. The gift shop also offers a full line of Hallmark cards as well as other Hallmark merchandise and products. This event was created to honor the life of Richard Sun. As owner of Medicine Chest Pharmacy and Camera, Sun Color Photo, and the Polar Bear Store, Richard was a fixture in his community. The sudden loss of Richard on August 16, 2016, saddened the town of White Bear Lake, Minnesota. They not only lost a neighbor and friend, but also a well-respected businessman and server of his community. Richard will be truly missed.
And so there you have it, the Medicine Chest Pharmacy and Camera up there in White Bear Lake, Minnesota. Head over to medchestmn.com to check out what they have to offer. They have some really cool concrete polar bears up there. I got one for my son around the time of the Polar Bear 500 last year. And so we are lined up again, double file. The lights are out on the pace car, which means we're going to go back to green flag racing. Looks like DJ is still your race leader. He has chosen the high line. Killa now in front of Chevy will take point on the low line. "79 laps to go in this 100 lap Drunken Cow Jerky Daytona 250 season opener for the Thursday Night Cup Series here at Bomb Squad Racing." And here we go. The pace car is going to head down pit road. DJ is going to lead us back to green flag racing on the high side. Green flag. Good start for Killa on the low line there. There he is. He's going to jump up in front of DJ. Now here comes Chevy and Momo on the low side. Aussie Bill down there with him. We also see the 93 of AK Racer. 510, Steven and Rick Craddock up there on the top side. Chevy now pulling ahead on the low side. Who will lead this first lap after the restart? Looks like it's going to be Killa on the high line. Chevy and Momo not giving up on that low line though. Killa getting a great push from DJ down the backstretch. And it looks like it's still going to be Killa as your race leader. Just so much momentum on that high side. Coming off the corner and heading down the straights. Looks like we got a little bit of side warp there from AK Racer. And now we see him pulling over and letting the field go by. He obviously doesn't want to hurt any of his fellow competitors with that crazy side warp going on. And now DJ jumps out of line. Not in time to lead that lap, but he is going to take the point on the low line. He's got a big run. Steven jumps it down with him. They're hanging Killa out to dry. But here comes Rick Craddock and SR5 on the high side. And now DJ Champ will jump up and take over the high line. He will lead that lap. Steven Brandstetter taking over point on the low line. looks like we lost BSR Doc from that first caution. And it looks like BSR Joba lost the draft on the restart, so he's about 11 seconds back right now. And we also have a 4-car pack that is off the draft that consists of Pockets, Quack, AK, and Randy. So right now we've got a 19-car pack up here in the front. DJ Champ, your race leader, leading the high line. Little bit of warp going on there for Aussie Bill. Aussie Bill is obviously on the other side of the planet right now in Australia. That's a long way for his connection to travel. And now here once again we see everybody starting to form up on that high line. The low line just not working to anybody's satisfaction at this point in the race. As we're 7 laps into this restart, we're almost halfway through a fuel run already. There's a big picture. There's the 19-car pack that is leading this race. Let's go back and look at that 4-car pack that is well off of the draft. It looks like it's actually a 3-car pack. Looks like it's Pockets, AK, and Randy. Looks like they lost the 8-car of Quack. We saw the 8 had heavy rear end damage from that first caution. So I've got to spotlight a paint job for you here tonight. Tyler Berger, running the Black Rifle Coffee Company Ford Fusion. Tyler is, well, myself and Tyler, as well as Larry Yeager, we are going to be attempting to start the Black Rifle Coffee Company Corvette in the upcoming 12 Hours of Sebring over on iRacing. So that's going to be, that's a whole new venture that the 3 of us decided, why not? Let's try a 12-hour race. And but yeah, that'll be the Black Rifle Coffee Company Corvette. But the car you see here, this was painted by Tyler's girlfriend. She's a graphic designer. Hello Sunshine, hello. She'll be sponsoring some truck races. Sponsored the truck race at Daytona last night. She did this paint job for Tyler, and we also, spotlighted Tyler because Tyler, Tuesday night over at ECT in the Smokes SS series over there, Tyler got his first ever official league win. So there you see Black Rifle Coffee Company, Article 15 clothing. You can see, let's see if we can get a view of that. There we go. You can just see it over the lip of the spoiler there. The Hello Sunshine, Hello logo on the rear deck lid. Heading back up front though, no change. Everybody's still running single file on the high line. DJ Champ is your race leader. "12 laps into this run, so we're past halfway on this fuel run. And it looks like Quack is actually retired. Looks like SS Joba might be out as well. So we're down to 22 cars. 18 of them on the lead pack. It looks like Magoo now has lost the lead pack and fallen a second back. And there's a bigger picture of it. 18 cars, everybody running single file on the high line. Couple cars working the low side, and now they get back in line as well. So as far as this Drunken Cow Jerky Thursday Night Cup Series goes, in their broadcast, Pony Express Broadcast Network, I want to say out of the 36 races that these guys are going to run, I want to say that we have 14 of them scheduled to be a live broadcast. 14 or 15. I know we just scheduled one more tonight. Phoenix, November 9th. Scheduled that tonight. That one's actually going to be on me. That is going to be my annual Veterans Day tribute race. So, but yeah, 14 of these Thursday Night Cup Series races are going to be brought to you live by Pony Express Broadcast Network. That's a huge deal right there. 14 races. And they're not the only ones. You know, we've got some ECT races going on. I'm going to be broadcasting some races over at RTG as well. A lot of things going on. And we see somebody heading off down pit road early there. Not sure who that was. Kind of early to be pitting, and they were pitting by themselves. So we'll keep an eye on that. Looks like that might have actually been Magoo. Things finally starting to shake up though. See some two wide action. The 66 down there, BSR Terry Scott. DJ Champ still your leader, your pole sitter as well. Killa there pushing Rick Craddock. Chevy and Momo rounding out the top 5, and we see a couple more cars head down pit road. Only 17 laps into this run, but we've seen some early pitters who are obviously trying to shake up the pit strategy tonight. infield now, approaching the lap car. That was the car who was just on pit road. Who is that? That's the 032. So BSR Barry pulled off and pitted early all by his lonesome. Let's see if any of our, and here we go. Now we're going to get some leaders. DJ, Killa, Craddock, Momo, Chevy. Chevy flying into pit road. Craddock gets sideways. Barely taps the wall. Keeps it off everything else. Good job by Rick Craddock to keep that thing from getting any damage and everybody else to avoid him. Man, I tell you, Chevy was flying on pit road entry. We'll see if anybody gets any penalties here, but Chevy definitely made up some ground on entry. As these are your leaders now, the 103 Nelly, and now here they all come down pit road as well. Scar, Tyler, Larry. And looking back up front, despite the amazing pit road entry by Chevy, it looks like DJ was still able to beat him off of pit road. First round of green flag pit stops have just concluded here. Now we're going to wait and see how this shakes up the field. We had an 18 car pack before they started. I do not suspect that we will have an 18 car pack here within the next 5 laps. We see Scar getting back up to speed after his pit stop. Now here we go, DJ and Chevy closing in on the rest of those leaders who just pitted. Nelly actually led that group off of pit road. And it actually looks like the 49 BSR Brain Fade has now been picked up by Nelly and is being scored as the race leader. Larry Yeager up in P3. These guys desperately trying to get up to speed or to stay in front of DJ and Chevy, who had a big head of steam coming up, and now as they're too wide, DJ has to check up. Larry Yeager Jr. looking low. Tyler Berger right behind him. Momo and Axel Foley there as well. Not sure what happened with the 066. I had his paint when this race started. Somehow that server reset changed that. And we see Momo heading back down pit road, so that's obviously a black flag speeding penalty for BSR Momo. So there you have it. We went from 18 down to 10 after that first round of green flag pit stops. 10 cars. Brain Fade, your new race leader, leading the high line. Larry Yeager Jr. trying to lead that low line. He just doesn't have enough help down there. Only 3 of them. We're already closing in on the midway point of this race. Here comes DJ Champ now. Jumps to the low line. Chevy's gonna roll with him. DJ trying to get back to the point of this race. He has led the most laps so far tonight. Brain Fade though being pushed by Nelly, Aussie Bill, and SR5 on the high line. And Brain Fade will still lead that lap. And there we go. DJ is able to lead that lap. Now here comes Momo. Just served that black flag, pit road speeding penalty. He's now looking at going a lap down. He will obviously want to remain. Well, he will be the only car a lap down shortly. He'll want to remain at the top of that field. Try to become the lucky dog should we have another caution in this race. So far we're on lap 46. We're almost halfway through and we've only had one caution. And these guys are, this is Cup Physics open setups. These guys are hauling ass tonight. Now DJ jumps up in front of Brain Fade and here comes Chevy on the low line. They're quickly closing in on another lap car. That is ECT Randy there. Obviously if Randy goes a lap down, Momo is going to want to get by him. And here we go, ECT Randy staying high. 3 wide through the corner. And the field's able to get by him. We'll see if Randy's able to pick up the draft here. You do see we have that 4-car pack of Scar, Wings, Rusty, and Terry Scott. They're about 4 seconds back. Working together, just trying to minimize their losses from this lead pack. As Chevy is now side by side with DJ battling for the lead. We've got 5 cars on the low line, 6 cars on the high line. It's an 11-car pack, but keep in mind Momo in that 54 Clemson car is a lap down. So we do have 10 of our leaders here in this pack. You see the next lapper that the field is going to encounter is BSR AK Racer. He dropped back earlier in the race because he was having some side warp issues, and apparently he dropped back a little bit too much, and we saw he lost the draft earlier. Alright, anyways, as we close in on the halfway point, Pony Express Broadcast Network, something we do here, you could say religiously, because we do it every show, and we always will. Around the midpoint of every broadcast that we do, we like to do some type of tribute to our veterans, a veteran salute. Tonight we're going to switch things up, do things a little different. Tonight we're actually going to roll a veteran salute clip for you. That is actually honoring the military canines that are used by our veterans and our military. So, as always, thank you to all of the veterans out there. And tonight we want to say thank you to our canine military veterans as well. So go ahead and enjoy this veteran salute. And there you have it. That's the Pony Express Broadcast Network. Salute to our veterans. Tonight it was a little focused on the K9 veterans, but we obviously thank you to all of the veterans out there. Getting back to the race, DrunkenCowJerky.com, Bomb Squad Racing Thursday Night Cup Series live from the Daytona. This is the Daytona 250 season opener. We're past the halfway point. We're on lap 55. We've only had one caution tonight. We had a round of green flag pit stops, so about 15 laps ago already. So we're not too far away from closing in on another round of green flag pit stops. We currently have a 9-car lead pack. BSR DJ started on the pole. He's led a huge majority of the laps here tonight. And he's still out there leading, as this 9-car pack is all running single file on the high line. We do have 1 or 2 lappers in that 9-car pack. Well, so it's more than a 9-car pack, but there's 9 leaders in this pack. We still have 18 cars on the lead lap, 4 cars that are 1 lap down. We're gonna go. We're gonna bother a driver. Have to start calling this the bother a driver segment of the race. As soon as I find who I'm looking for here. There he is. Hey Tyler, this is Mark up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, we should be able to go just a couple more. Yeah, Mark, I'm here.
Hey, so you're only a couple laps left on fuel.
Yeah, right now that's actually what me and Larry are talking about.
All right, well I won't bother you for too long though. We just wanted to, we were checking out your paint job earlier. We were talking about your first win over DCT 2 nights ago. You want to give a shout out to the painter of your car?
Yeah, it would be my wonderful, wonderful girlfriend, Morgan, also known as Rhoda, the Pockets. She paints all my cars for me, and she does a very, very good job.
All right, so there you have it, and congrats on your win Tuesday night.
Yeah, man, thank you. It's my first league win ever in my entire sim racing career, so I was really excited.
Well, you and Larry are having a pretty good run tonight. Hopefully your luck holds up and start out the Cup season with a good finish. But we'll let you get back in there and figure out this green flag pit stop.
All right, Mark, thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it.
So there you have it. That was BSR Tyler right there in that 44 car. We saw a couple of the leaders pull off and hit pit road. Now it looks like we see DJ pulling off to hit pit road by himself. 4 of these leaders though. Momo in that 54 Clemson car is a lap down. So is that 144 there. So we do still have the 49 at Brain Fade, 103 Nelly, 65 Larry Yeager Jr., 44 BSR Tyler. Those 4 are your leaders, and they are still have not head down pit road yet, but expect them to here momentarily. We see Brain Fade pull off. Momo, uh-oh. Larry's getting sideways. Oh, and Larry clips the wall. Not too bad, though. I believe these guys are running moderate damage, so he might be able to get away with that. So just a little bit of trouble there for Larry as he tries to make his green flag pit stop. Speaking of Pockets, there's Pockets. Pockets being shown in 13th place, 52 seconds back. He has lost the draft earlier in the race and still in desperate need of a caution here as we have 40 laps to go. Trying to find who our leader's going to be once this all shakes out. I think it might be these 3 cars right here. I think it might be Aussie Bill, Killa, and Chevy. Let's see how this shakes out. There's Larry trying to get back up to speed after his pit stop. No, you know what? It looks like we see DJ up there. DJ just flying through the field by himself. Doesn't even have any help. And here comes Aussie Bill. They're going to blow by as well. So it looks like we are going to go. We went from 18 down to 10 on that first round of green flag pit stop. And it looks now we're going to go from 10 down to 4. Unless Brain Fade can hang on to that draft. But right now it looks like it's going to be a 4-car lead pack with a lapper. Looks like Brain Fade and Magoo are going to hold on to the draft here. So it looks like we're going to have 5 leaders and 2 lappers. Cut the field down from 10 to 5. At this rate, we have to wonder if the final round of green flag pit stops, which is just going to be a 2-car breakaway. We're currently showing 18 cars on the lead lap, 4 cars 1 lap down, 3 cars retired. Aussie Bill currently being scored as your race leader, running that high line. Killa and Momo pushing him. But here comes DJ on the low line by himself. They're about to, looks like they're about to put ECT Randy a 2nd lap down. Alright, so now that these guys have gotten that thing sorted out, they're back to single file. We're going to go ahead and bring you a word from tonight's, from Mom Squad Racing, the whole league sponsor, DrunkenCowJerky.com.
Made with the freshest ingredients from local growers, it's Heyman's Drunken Cow Jerky, delivering 5 flavors of whiskey soaked steak jerky made in the heart of Dallas, Texas. Choose from original, which is with a dusting of coarse black pepper, or hot, for that Mexican food hot flavor. Teriyaki, an original twist with a hint of sweet. And for those who have an adventuresome palate, try ghost pepper. Made with the Indian food julakia pepper, this is the hottest Drunken Cow Jerky available. Can't forget about beer bacon, where we hold the whiskey and soak it in Shiner Bock beer and add fresh cooked crumbled bacon. Go to DrunkenCowJerky.com and place your order today.
So there you have it, DrunkenCowJerky.com. Be sure to head over there, check it out. I suggest the beer bacon. That's just my personal favorite. But feel free to buy one of their 5 flavor combo packs. Try them all out. They also, let me tell you about something else that I have out over there. I told you about the Wolf Bites earlier. The all natural, great treats for your dog. They also, what they do is all those peppers and stuff that they use to make that jerky. Well, after they're done, they dry that stuff out, grind it up, and you can buy it in a spice shaker and put it on. You put it on anything. They tell me you can put it on anything. It is highly recommended that you put it on your eggs, and so far that's the only thing I've done with it. I put it on my eggs, and I just have the regular Drunken Cow Jerky pepper spice. I understand though that they have started using the ghost peppers to make the spices now, and I've definitely got to I got to get over there and order some of that because I'm really looking forward to trying that out. And now here we go, the leaders coming up on Rick Craddock in the 22, which means they're about to be coming up on Pockets as well. So here goes Craddock going a lap down. I thought Pockets was drafting with Rick, but I don't see the 38 car. Okay, looks like the 38 car is actually a couple seconds ahead, so here shortly these leaders are going to put the 38 car a lap down. There's the 38 car. They are gaining on him in a hurry. 30 laps to go in this race. He's about to go a lap down. He is desperately hoping for a caution. Obviously nobody really wants to see a caution. I gotta tell you, it would tighten the field up, make things a little interesting. But at the same time, to have a 25 car field, run 100 laps at Daytona, and finish with only 1 caution, that would be quite a feat in itself. So we'll see what happens here tonight. Aussie Bill still your race leader. Killa pushing. Momo is in there. Momo is a lap down. Then followed by Chevy. Then Magoo, who is also a lap down. Then Brain Fade and DJ. Looks like Craddock and Pockets might actually be able to grab onto this pack and stay up there in the draft now. Let's see if we can't get a word from Pockets. Hey, Pockets, you're in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you right here, buddy.
You sound like you're not having much fun out there.
Well, I had to check up to avoid a car that was just almost out of control there, and I lost the draft. And that's the unfortunate thing about here is that we don't have a lot of cautions. You can find yourself in this position. You got to fight for every spot you get here. I'm gonna try to get back up here and put myself in the lucky dog spot and hope for a caution. That's about all I can do.
Yeah, I was just talking about with 30 laps to go, 25 car field, 70 laps into this race and we've only had one caution. It's on one hand it's a good thing, on the other hand, for half the field it's not a good thing.
Absolutely. Well, like I said, these guys, they're as good as they are out there, and some of the best in the business right here. So getting a caution sometimes is not an option. You got to put yourself in the lucky dog just in case. But now I'm just looking at trying to recover as many points as I can for the first race in the season. But it's a real long season here, so. And I never do really well at these crown jewel events like this for some reason. It's just I usually try to play it a little safer than I need to. And some of these guys out here, they put it out on the line every lap. So it's just two different philosophies. But we're going to see what we can do here, see if we can work our way up at least in the lucky dog spot. A lot of times what you can hope for is maybe late in the race, blown motor, because people will get a little eager with their tape or just due to running, a lot of laps, their car will wear out, their equipment will shut down on them, and might find yourself in a good spot here. But we're going to do what we can do is never give up here on the 38 team.
Now I gotta tell you, I didn't make a pick to win the race, but simply because I forgot to do it. But Killa tried talking me into picking you before the race.
Yeah, well, I tell you right now, he probably he don't want the spotlight shined on him, because he's always a threat at any race you go to, any track. Killa is a solid pick every time. So yeah, he doesn't want that monkey on his back, does he?
Now what can you tell us about our race leader up there, Aussie Bill?
Aussie Bill, straight out of Sydney, Australia. He's racing Friday morning where he's at. And so this is the Friday morning Cup Series for him down there in Australia. Good guy. Known Bill for many, many years. Met Bill 10 years ago over at Open Speedway, and we've remained friends along with him. And he's good friends with Vince Conway from over at Open Speedway, and he's just been a real good friend of mine, and he gets up early on Friday mornings and comes to the Thursday night Cup Series.
And let me ask you about the 144. Is Magoo wearing his driving glasses out there tonight?
I believe he's got them on, as good as he's doing here. Had a little trouble. He got hung up back there with me in that early incident right back there. But BSR Magoo, he's actually one of the founding members, one of the founding four of Bomb Squad Racing that started back in the old days of N3, NASCAR 3. Him and some other people got together. They were the ones that actually came up with the name Bomb Squad Racing, and Magoo's been around for a long, long time, and he is a founder of Bomb Squad Racing.
Now, let me ask you about one more driver. He had some tough luck, and he was out of the race early. But BSR J-Doc. I don't think I've ever encountered him over here.
BSR J-Doc is a long-time BSR member. BSR J-Doc goes all the way back to the days when Bomb Squad Racing and Friday Night Dega and Daytona FND used to race together, and FND are still active, but they're active in the iRacing series. And whenever FND decided to make the switch to iRacing, part of the FND members decided that they would rather stay here at NASCAR Racing 2003, and that's where J-Doc comes from, and he became a BSR member, and he's been absent for a while, but ever so often you'll have a guy that life and things get in the way and hamper their racing, but they always usually try to find their way back. J-Doc's always kept in touch, and he came in tonight to get back in the driver's seat and see how he could do. We were glad to have him.
And one other driver I want to ask you about, he appears to be the most dominating car out there tonight. The pole sitter, BSR DJ Champ.
DJ Champ, he's one of those guys that, let me tell you something, practice, practice, practice is his philosophy. He spends a lot of time in this sim. He practices, and to my knowledge, I don't think there's a person out there that can beat him in open set qualifying. If you beat DJ Champ at open set qualifying, you've done something. And DJ always has the philosophy of staying up front. He's not afraid to tape that car up and try to keep it cool. And he is definitely a front runner and a expert super speedway racer.
Well, he's definitely been showing it tonight. He has been up front all night. He is, without a question, he has led the most laps tonight. I'm fairly sure, and he so he's one of those guys who we can expect to see on the pole at least 10 times this year.
Absolutely, he is very dominant at the pole, and it's because he practices a lot. He's probably turned twice as many laps in practice as most people have in a race.
Well, and we were talking, I want to say, we have 13 to 15 of these shows lined up, and so now I'm going to have to start a ticker and see how many polls DJ for these Thursday night broadcasts DJ can reel off.
I guarantee it. The number will be impressive. I can promise you that. Like I said, I don't think there's anybody in NASCAR Racing 2003 that can touch him in an open set super speedway pole. Well, and I just bumped him and
I think Momo might have some words for you after that.
Yeah, DJ too. He's probably gonna get a back flag for that. Coming a little too hot there. My night is not going very good, Mark.
All right, well, we'll let you get back to it. We might go bug somebody else. We just ran the DCJ commercial for the second time tonight. In fact, I think we're gonna head over and we're gonna go run the medicine chest commercial. So we'll
all right. Thanks a lot, Mark.
We'll let you get back to it. So there you have it. We're gonna keep an eye here on Momo and DJ. See if either one of those guys gets caught with a black flag for those pit road mishaps. Nothing on chat yet. We'll see if these guys head right back down pit road or not. And they stay out, so we're gonna assume the best and hope that these guys are good to go and did not get any black flags. And it looks like that's gonna be a bonus point for the 65. Larry Yeager Jr. just led that last lap. But now here comes DJ leading the pack right by them again. I think Brain Fade is going to be your race leader now. Now we saw these guys pit with 21, 22 laps to go. Something tells me that 95% of these drivers are going to have to come back down for a splash in order to make it to the end. Or could it be Larry Yeager Jr. in that 65 car who pitted late, pitted after everybody else, pitted with 20 to go? Can Larry Yeager Jr. make it to the end on fuel and steal a win? A lot of different things at play right here. And Brain Fade is your race leader. He's 4.5 seconds ahead of DJ right now. So just finished our second round of green flag pit stops. 18 laps to go. Only one caution all night. We're gonna go ahead and run the medicine chest commercial for you. Medicine chest up in White Bear Lake, Minnesota. Sorry. They are responsible for making a very charitable offering to put on these 13, 14 broadcasts that we're going to be doing. So thanks to them and BSR RJ Rusty, and here's a word from Medicine Chest.
For over 80 years, Medicine Chest Pharmacy and Camera has been the longest operating independent pharmacy in White Bear Lake, Minnesota. It offers a full-service pharmacy, gift shop, and camera store. Medicine Chest is known for its customer service and priding itself on the careful delivery and explanation of prescription drugs to its customers. Located inside is Sun Color Photo, a professional photo processing center offering digital prints, photo enlargements, photo restoration, video and DVD transfer, and much more. Also located inside is the Polar Bear Store, White Bear Lake's only source for concrete polar bears. The Polar Bear Store has concrete polar bear statues from 6 pounds to over 600 pounds. The gift shop also offers a full line of Hallmark cards as well as other Hallmark merchandise and products. This event was created to honor the life of Richard Sund. As owner of Medicine Chest Pharmacy and Camera, Sun Color Photo, and the Polar Bear Store, Richard was a fixture in his community. The sudden loss of Richard on August 16, 2016, saddened the town of White Bear Lake, Minnesota. They not only lost a neighbor and friend, but also a well-respected businessman and server of his community. Richard will be truly missed.
And so there you have Medicine Chest up there in White Bear Lake, Minnesota. Getting back to racing action, we see the 49 car here. He's still your race leader, working with the lap cars of Steven and Magoo. His lead Brainfade's lead has now shrunk to 3 seconds over DJ. As DJ and Killer are coming out strong, but we've also got a 5-car pack 3 seconds further back from them, who have also gained a second over the last couple laps. As we have 14 laps left to go in this season opening Drunken Cow Jerky Thursday Night Cup Series here at Bomb Squad Racing. Let's go back and take a look at that other pack. Not these 5 cars, but the next pack behind them. This 6-car pack right here. Larry Yeager Jr. leading the way. We saw Larry with a pit road misfortune earlier, hit the wall. And here he is running in 4th place. Leading this 6-car pack. Him, Nelly, Tyler, Wings, Scar, Aussie Bill, all 6 of these cars are on the lead lap. They're in the top 9, and they want to catch those leaders here within the next 10 laps. Or will we get the second caution of the night and really tighten things up? Now, keep in mind, I think that the 65, the 103, the 44, I think that those guys can make it on fuel, or at least are very close. I think the front 3 cars, Brainfade, DJ, and Texan, I personally don't believe any of them can make it on fuel. So we're going to see here in the next 10 laps, I expect some dramatic stuff to happen, and hopefully I'm right, but we will see what happens. As back up front, DJ and Killa have caught brain fade, as well as some other lappers in there, and so now this is an 8-car pack.
Caution out. Caution out.
The caution is not out. Please ignore that idiot. And here we go as they come to the line. 11 laps to go. That 6-car pack, these guys are running, side by side. That 6-car pack running single file is still gaining on them. They're now within 4 seconds with 10 laps to go. Alright, here we go, 10 to go. Let's see what the split looks at the line. Now these guys are getting single file. I think they're starting to realize that if they don't get their shit together, Larry Yeager Jr. in that 6-car pack is now within 3.5 seconds. BSR brain fade in that 49 car, the 4th car in line. He's got 3 lappers in front of him, 2 lappers behind him. He is your race leader. And now we see Larry Yeager Jr. 3 3.75 of a second back. So he actually lost 1/4 of a second that lap on this lead pack once they made it single file. But we'll look out now, they're double file again. We'll see if they lose time. We'll see if Larry Yeager Jr. has enough fuel. We'll see if these guys have enough fuel. Does Larry Yeager Jr. have enough laps to just flat out run these guys down? Now we see brain fade has dropped to the back of the line of lappers. Those front 5 cars are all 1 lap down, battling for position. Well, they're not a lap down now. They're in front of brain fade. Those front 5 cars are all on the tail end of the lead lap, battling for position. The rear 3 cars that you see back there, brain fade. Brain fade, DJ, and Killa. That's 1, 2, 3 right there. And yeah, now they are. Looks like Larry Yeager Jr. That 6-car pack is now 4 seconds back. 5 laps to go. It's looking like they're gonna either have to win on fuel strategy or catch a caution, like within the next 75 seconds. So here you go, these 3 right here, this is the battle for the win. 5 laps to go as they just crossed the line. Here comes Killa looking low on DJ. Trying to take P2. And Killa heading down pit road. Like I said, I swore these guys were going to need a splash. Killa definitely too short on fuel. Heads down pit road. I do not think, you know what, I think I figured out why DJ has been hanging out in the back here. I think DJ is trying to save fuel. I think he's the only one on the track who's been trying to save fuel. Will it pay off for him? Yeah, DJ really hanging back as these guys cross the line. 3 laps to go.
Caution out.
Meanwhile, Nelly leading that second pack has gotten to within 3.4 seconds. And there goes Brain Fade heading down pit road. Our race leader has to head down pit road with 2 laps to go for a splash. Has DJ saved 2 laps of fuel? Or will Nelly and that second 5-car pack catch these guys? We see DJ has really slowed it down. He's only running like 180 miles an hour down the straight, 170 miles an hour down the straight. DJ doing everything he can. Oh, no. And so the caution comes out as DJ comes to the white flag. The race is over. And look at that, right there was BSR Tyler leading that pack, charging quick and in a hurry with fuel. I think that caution just cost BSR Tyler a win, and perhaps gave it to BSR DJ as we see BSR DJ pulling over. What a break for our pole sitter, the number 91 car, BSR DJ. He, man, I don't think he was going to make it on fuel. Or he was at least going to get patched up just by trying to save. What a crazy turn of events there. BSR Tyler and Larry Yeager Jr. were on their way to battling for a Daytona 250 victory. And the caution comes out with 1 to go. Great podium finishes though for Tyler and Larry. Man, I sure hope. I'm glad those guys are going to be running with me at Sebring. I hope they drive that well over there. So there you have it. The number 91 car, BSR DJ Champ, took the pole, led the most laps, and we'll never know what would have happened on that last lap, but he's your race winner. Thursday Night Cup Series, DrunkenCowJerky.com. He will start off the season with a victory at Daytona. A lot of support from his fellow competitors as DJ comes around on the cool down lap. Alright, so we're gonna head back over to the booth and see if we can't conduct some post-race interviews. And so we've got the podium up here in the booth now. BSR DJ, you started on the pole. You led the most laps tonight. You brought home the win there as the caution came out, coming to the white flag. We saw you saving fuel there. If the caution hadn't come out, were you going to make it?
No, I was a half lap short, and so I needed a yellow, or Nelly was going to actually pass me before I got to the line. I was going to be just coasting.
Well, you did. We talked to Pockets about you earlier. He said you're the king in qualifying. He said you put in the time, the effort, tons of practice. We saw that tonight. You took the pole. You led the most laps. You were just dominated this race for the most part. What your Richard Petty Charger looked amazing out there.
And it helped too. I was taped the whole race, and so pretty much that's why I tried to stay in clean air as long as I was in front. My temperature light never went on then.
Well, it was definitely a great race by you. You did a hell of a job out there. Second place, BSR Tyler. That caution just cost you a Daytona 250 victory, didn't it? You had the fuel.
Yeah. Me and Larry, we started working together there a couple pit stops before the end, and he had the strategy down to a science, man. He knew exactly how far we could go every run, and we timed it out perfect where we were going to be fine. Everybody else was saving, so they were slowing down. They weren't going to make it, whatever. And had that caution not come out, could have been somebody very, very different than DJ sitting there. But I want to thank him, you guys at Pony Express, Drunken Cow Jerky, and Madison Chester putting all that stuff on. And I really want to thank Rhoda for making the slickest car on the racetrack tonight. It was really fun. My first Daytona 250, and I'll take second place.
And Larry, we saw you have some pit road misfortune early on. We saw you get a piece of the wall. I believe you guys are running moderate damage though, so you must not have done anything bad to the car, because next thing I know, I'm looking at the standings, and here's Larry in fourth place, leading a 6-car pack, chasing the 3 leaders down. I mean, you were moving. Larry, if that caution hadn't come out, were you going to push Tyler to a win, or would you have made a move?
Nope. I was pushing Tyler all the way. It was my strategy. I had it. I've run these races enough, and I know how the strategy goes. Planned the pit stops. I got a hold of Tyler, and he agreed to stick with me and do it. And there at the end, when I was out front, I was going to be a little bit short, so I had to tuck behind him, so I had to push him. I actually didn't have enough without him. So, yep, I was just going to push him to the win. And when I spun on coming into pitch there, I didn't hit the pit road wall.
Oh, okay. It looked like you scraped it a little bit.
Yep, I was really close. I don't know if I could have put a piece of paper in there, but yep, I didn't hit it. I didn't get any damage.
All right, well, you guys definitely You guys definitely had the right strategy. I thought we were going to go, we had one caution early on, and I really thought we were going to go caution free the rest of the way. I was really looking forward to seeing the three of you battle for the win, and to see what would happen. It didn't work out that way. I got to be honest, I don't even know what brought out that caution, but it was still a hell of a race to see some people drop so far back and move so far forward. Obviously tonight, first race of the season, for all three of you to start off the season with a podium is a big deal. I know, Larry, you got a bonus point. I saw you lead a lap earlier in the race. So you guys are definitely points-wise. You're starting the season off strong. DJ, you got any shout-outs you want to give tonight?
Oh yeah, I want to thank our sponsor, Drunken Cow Beef, beef.com, and the Medicine Chest for putting on this race, and for you putting on the broadcast, and anybody else watching the race right tonight.
And Tyler obviously gave out a shout out to his girlfriend, even though I think that paint job would have looked better on a Chevy.
No way, that'll never happen.
What about you, Larry? You were also rocking the Ford Teriyaki tonight. You got any shout outs?
Yep, like to thank Drunken Cow Jerky, Medicine Chest, Pony Express Broadcast Network. I got to thank Tyler for sticking with my game plan, and all the BSR guys.
All right, well, great job by you guys, and congrats on your finishes tonight. And I'm looking forward to broadcasting. I want to say 13 more of these races. It's gonna be crazy if the three of you keep driving the way you did tonight. I expect to see all three of you in the chase and battling for a title. So, congrats, guys.
Thank you, Mark.
Thanks a lot.
Yep, thanks, Mark.
Good job.
All right, so there you have it. Pony Express Broadcast Network. We were live tonight at Bomb Squad Racing, bringing you the Drunken Cow Jerky Thursday Night Cup Series. Tonight was the season opener, Drunken Cow Jerky Daytona 250. Awesome race. Also, shout out to Medicine Chest up there in White Bear Lake, Minnesota, for giving Bomb Squad Racing the resources to put on 13, 14 of these shows. Shout out to Race LM Servers, BSR Pockets for everything he does behind the scenes over here at Bomb Squad Racing. And yeah, that's it. That's it for us tonight. Hell of a race. Really only one caution in 100 laps at Daytona. And we hope you enjoyed the show. Shout out to the Heyman brothers down there, Drunken Cow Jerky, straight out of Texas. Thanks for joining us and watching tonight. Joe Simpson for watching. BSR Axel Foley for the national anthem. Milt Minter for the invocation. And BSR Scar WLS graphics for most of the Drunken Cow Jerky graphics that you saw tonight. We hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll see you again next time.